It's hard to believe that we have hunted a total of 17 boxes through 13 episodes on this nickel hunt and album fill series. I picked up a couple of more boxes and I'm hoping we can fill another spot or two. Hey everybody, it's Rob with RobFindsTreasure. That's right, we're now on part 14, boxes 18 and 19 of this series. Now, if you've missed the first 13 episodes, I would suggest, if you'd like, going back and checking out the other videos so that you get caught up before you see this video. Of course, I'll have a link to this playlist down below or above here so that you can check it out before you watch. That being said, for those already caught up, you'll know that we have done a couple of boxes the last several videos, mainly because it's getting harder and harder and harder to complete this Jefferson Nickels album or even add a find with only one box. So here we are today, 128 of the 138 spots filled. We have a couple of items in here that we could still easily get, like the 1955P, the 1946S, of course, the war nickels. If we have silver, we could get lucky and get one of them. And the 42D as well, non-silver. But outside of that, we would still have to get three important key dates: a 39S, a 38S, and that ever tough 50D. Now, for those wondering why I'm doing this series, I already have a Jefferson Nickels album completed through coin roll hunting, and if I recall, it was somewhere around the 100 to 120 box mark. And one of the biggest comments I get on this series is, Rob, how many videos or how many boxes do you think it'll take to complete the album? It all depends. Sometimes you can get a 50D right off the bat, and sometimes you have to wait forever to fill one of the spots. Now, we have some tough ones to fill, but in my first time ever completing a Jefferson Nickels album from coin roll hunting, the nemesis for me was actually the 43D war nickel. We waited box after box after box to get that, which is why I didn't keep track of the number of boxes, because I think somewhere around 30 or 40 boxes I was almost done besides a couple of nickels, and then this one was a holdout for me forever. You got to look at the law of averages. If I hunt two boxes and I get one silver, I've got to hope that one silver is one that I don't have. Now, if I get lucky and get a box with 4 or 5 silvers, then that could make the whole difference in this series. I've talked long enough. You guys want to see me hunt. You want to see if we fill some spots. You want to see if we upgrade some goodies. I will tell you now, with these two boxes, they're from two different banks. I popped the top of this one and I was concerned because there are a lot of newer enders, but there's just enough older enders that we might be able to look through this box and get some finds. But if you recall box 2 of the last hunt, which this one is very similar to, we didn't find anything for the album because there are so many 2020 nickels in it. The second box I'm pretty optimistic about. It's from my silver bank, if you will, the bank that gives me my most silver war nickels. I took a peek through the holes at the bottom. They're circulated, and I saw some oldies down there. They didn't see any enders as far as buffaloes or V nickels or any silver war nickel enders, but it does look like a pretty promising box. So, might as well get right into it and crack some rolls. Again, not too optimistic about this box, but you never know. All we need is one album filler or some upgrades, and I'll be happy, and then we'll get on to box 2. I'll be back with my first find. We're on roll number 3, and I don't know what this is going to be. No clue. Let's take a look. It must be a token or something. Park Street. Looks like it's a merry-go-round token. Maybe someone in the comments down below can let me know what this is, or if they've been to this park or they've been on this ride. Who knows? Either way, first find of the box is an oddity, and I'll take it. We're on roll number 5, and we've got a few finds so far already, including 2 stunners, a 65 and a 63. They're absolutely beautiful. But I bring in because we've got our first 1955. Can it have no mint mark for the one we need? And it's a 55D. We'll get to check it for the D over S, which it's not. Always exciting to see a 55 when I need a 55P for the album, but that's not it. We're on roll number 7, and I knew there was a lot of new enders, but I didn't expect to have an entirely almost new roll besides a couple. Please don't get worse than that. Roll 15, and we have another one. Roll 16, and we have our oldest find in the box. It's going to be a 1940 Philly, and I'll take it. And by the way, check out that 56P. Man, those are some nice ones. Let's find more. Roll 20 marks the 4th entire roll of 2020s. So 1/5 of the roll so far, entire 2020 Denver rolls. Roll 21, another 1940. This one minted in Philly as well. Well, was that Philly? Yes, I think it's Philly. Roll number 33, and we've got another 40s nickel, and this one is going to be a 1949 Denver, so we can check it for that D over S, which I don't see, but it's still a 1949, and I'll take that. And for those keeping score at home, 9 rolls out of 33 entire 2020 Denvers. Roll 36, 1948 Denver. Not sure how many times this has happened, but roll 39, a 1939, and it's not in terrible condition. We do need a 39S, and it's a 39P. Let's see if it's the DDR, and it is not the DDR. Still, 30s Jefferson nickel in the box. Take that all day. Another irony. Roll 41 is going to produce a 41. 41 Philly. Roll number 46 is going to yield another 1939. Mint mark? Oh, it's got some damage over there. I thought for a split second we had a mint mark. But that's just going to be damage. Is it a DDR? And it is not. Oh well, 239Ps in the box makes me happy. Still nothing for the album, but despite now having 13 entire rolls of 2020 out of 46, we've got a pretty full board. Just nothing for the book. Third time this has happened. Roll 47, and you guessed it, 1947. 47, San Francisco. Close to being a semi-key, but it is not. Box 1 has come to a conclusion, and despite having 14 entire rolls of 2020 Ds plus a lot mixed in the rolls, it actually had 14 from the 50s, 6 from the 40s, 2 from the 30s, and including 3 dandies, a 56P, a 65, and a 63. Can't get mad at those, as well as that merry-go-round token from Park Street. Pretty cool. We didn't find anything for the album in box 1 or box 18 of this series. So let's go ahead and grab box 19 next. I'll stick it up here and we'll do a live opening because it has the holes in the bottom, so I already know it's circulated nickels. All right, time to do a live opening. See if we have any enders on the top side, even though I didn't see anything fancy on the bottom side. And I don't see any end coins. This one's a little bit odd. Let's go ahead and pull it out. And it's going to be a 1941. All right, so we do have an old ender, but that's all I see for now. Let's get this hunt started. I'll bring you in on my first find, and we'll add to the board. And hopefully the album. Roll 2 of box 2 or 19 for the series. And look what I see down there. It's a type 2 or variety 2 buffalo nickel because it does have the flat mound, but it looks slick as can be. There's no way I'm going to see a date on this one. I can call it now. Yeah. And judging by the wear and the look, it's probably going to be a teens. Let me nicodate the bottom reverse where 5 cents is found and see if there's a mint mark. And then we'll also nicodate the front to see what year it is. Well, we've used the nicodate, and I can see on the back that it's not going to have a mint mark, so it's Philadelphia. And I'll see if I can get this on camera. I could see it off camera. Let me hold it in my hand. Maybe that's better. There you go. 1914. I did check. I don't see that it's the 4/3 for the 14/13. It's hard to tell when you nicodate for sure, but either way, I don't believe it is. 1914, Philadelphia. There is a ding right where the mint mark would be. If it was a 1914D, it would be a semi-key date nickel, but I just nicodated it and it's in terrible shape, so it really doesn't matter. We just wanted the date. 1914 Philly. We'll add that to the top of the board. It's not going to help out with the album, but it's a Buffalo nickel in the box early on. Roll number 8, second to the last coin of that roll. Another 1949. This one, Philadelphia. Roll 14 of box 2. We've got another 1939. And judging by its condition, it's probably not going to be a key date nickel. And it's not. 39p. Is it the DDR? And it is not the DDR. Still, our third 30s nickel of this 2-box hunt, and really only 64 rolls in. And I got to get that nicodate off my finger. Roll 16. A 1955 nickel. Be a Philly. It's a Denver. We'll keep looking. Roll number 19 of this box, and we've got another Buffalo nickel, and it's another ugly one. I just flattened down the roll, and all of a sudden I see this. That is in terrible shape. At least it's a little bit better shape than the other one because we have a full bottom to it. And we might be able to get a date on that one, actually. I think that says 20-something. 1926. 1926, it would need an S to be a semi-key date, and I don't see a mint mark pretty much, but we'll just double check just in case. Yeah, no mint mark. Just a worn 1926, but like I said, slightly better condition than the other one. A little bit better than I thought, to be honest. All right, 2 Buffaloes. One more. We'll have a herd. Same roll as that Buffalo, and we've got a 40s, a 1948 Denver. Roll number 34, and it's been a quiet box since the last Buffalo find, but we finally have another 40s nickel, and it's a 1941 Denver. Roll number 40, and we're going to have our 4th 1939 of this 2-box hunt. Will this one have a mint mark? And it doesn't, but as normal, we can check for the DDR and see if we have that. And we don't, as I've mentioned before, you'd have it on the words 5 cents and Monticello. And I just want to double check the mint mark area. There is not one. 4 1939Ps cannot get that 39S. Roll number 50 in the box will have at least one more early Jefferson. This one is a 1940 Denver. Well, box 19 has been hunted, and if memory serves me correctly, I don't think we're going to add any nickels to the album, but we did get 21 in the 50s, we did get 10 in the 40s, 4 in the 30s, 2 Buffaloes, a token, and a bunch of nice nickels to see if we can upgrade. Let me go ahead now and see if we have upgrades, double check to see if we have any additions, and then give you guys a final look and a wrap-up of this hunt and of the album. So as we thought, I did not get to add any nickels to the album as far as additions, but I do have some upgrades here. This 1993P will upgrade the one in the book. The 1990D will upgrade the one in the book. That makes 2 upgrades. We are able to upgrade that 1965 with a beauty. That's 3 upgrades. The 1962D, also beauty upgrades. That's 4. The fifth upgrade will be a nice 1956P, although we had a pretty nice one in the album already. That one is slightly better, especially on the reverse. We had a 1953 barely upgrade, but I'm going to take it because it is better. And then we were able to upgrade one of the 39Ps. It is better than the one in the album. So no additions, but 6 upgrades. Let me plug them in, and I'll be right back. All right, we've got the album upgraded, and I'm telling you, there are some stunners in this album for it being found from Coin Roll Hunting. I'm very pleased with the progress. Now, we knew this would happen. We're on box 19, or finished box 19. This 2-box hunt will not add any additions. We're still struggling to find some of these should have already been found dates, and we didn't get any silver in those 2 boxes. But we did upgrade Nickels, so the album is better than it was before we started the hunt, and that's always a good thing. And on top of that, we added some beauties that even though they didn't upgrade in the album, which is hard to believe because we got such nice ones, they'll definitely find a spot in rolls in my collection. We got those 439s, although one of them was used to exchange in the album. 2 Buffalo Nickels, a 1914P and a 1926P. And although they're pretty toasty, you can never get mad at finding Buffalo Nickels in your nickel boxes. And then finally, the most odd find I've had in a nickel box is a Park Street merry-go-round token, I guess, for a ride. Who knows? Maybe it's not a merry-go-round. Maybe it's a little miniature kid's toy outside one of those grocery stores. Either way, I had a fun hunt, and we have 19 boxes completed, still stuck on 128 out of the 138 spots filled. Hopefully the next 2-box hunt fills some of these spots. Maybe we'll find silver next time. You never know. If you enjoyed this nickel hunt, I'd appreciate a thumbs up. And as always, everyone, happy hunting and thanks for watching.